Yeah, so continuing on from my last video, knocks on the doors and things. But I was saying, yeah, I was talking to my other sister, and we were saying like, what could it be and stuff. And this is the point where my little brother and my older brother, my other brother, sorry, he was getting bathed and stuff. The next thing we know, he collapsed. My little brother, he collapsed completely on the floor. We've all come rushing out, obviously, and you know, the ambulance was called, and you know, they came as fast as they could and stuff. And I think it was when it reached that point, I don't think any of us were prepared for that. Like, we never thought, you know, any of that would be happening. Like, we just thought, you know, sometimes people can get quite ill and it not be anything serious. It's just, you know, a scary time. And you know, that they came and they were amazing. They got him to the hospital straight away. You know, I find that paramedics are just amazing, aren't they? They do such an amazing job, and they really are the ones that just really care and get you, you know, before you get there and to the hospital. And yeah, so my mum obviously went. My dad got up there, and I think it reached a point where people were still just being really funny about what was wrong with him. And it took my dad to get to a certain point where he just lost it. With the doctors to be like, come on, like, this has gone on for too long now. Just sort it out, sort him out. Obviously I was still at home, my siblings were still at home. I mean my dad, he came back a day, or was it the next day, because obviously they were with him in hospital and stuff overnight and whatever. Told us that they were going to do a CT scan like as soon as possible. So that was done, and I think it was like a day or so again later, my dad came back round again, and he told us that they'd found a mass on the brain. For some reason, my hope was that it was nothing serious. I remember at this point, I didn't know anything about cancer. Why would I, in a sense, unless you know someone or whatever? If I knew of anyone, you know, you don't sit there discussing the ins and outs of it. It's only when you know of someone or you are hit by it personally, you're gonna know, aren't you? I didn't know. I've seen things on TV. You watch things. So my hope was just, it wasn't, you know. In that moment, everything around you just fogs up. It freezes. Especially the day he came back and my dad had said, your little brother's got a brain tumour. He's got cancer. I remember, bearing in mind I was pregnant at the time, I don't know, I walked around like a zombie for days. I didn't know what I was doing. What do you do in that situation? You know, he was our little brother. He was our baby. Like, how, like, even today, I just don't know how we're still all here today, like, and still we're good kids, like, we're getting there, do you know what I mean? But yeah, straight away after that, you know, he got the right treatment. There was like, I remember there being a debate of like what surgeons would, if a surgeon would operate on the brain, would they not? It took, you know, he went to all the special hospitals that you can go to get all your cancer treatment. Sorry, he had chemo and radiotherapy. It took for one doctor in the end to be like, I will give this boy the brain surgery and giving him a better chance at life. I guess that's obviously what they're there for. Getting the diagnosis up to the point of someone saying, I can give someone you love another chance at life, is a pretty, is a pretty amazing person. I don't know how they do it, but I salute them every day, because they gave me a year, an extra year of my little brother's life. Do you know what? He is one amazing little boy, because he had that brain surgery and he did amazing. Like, he came home in a few days after having a brain operation and he was smiling. He always smiled. Yeah. He fought pretty hard. But like I said, yeah, I got an extra year with that little boy. We all did. He was able to see my little girl come into the world. And he got to spend a few months with her. And in that short little time, he was the best uncle in the world. And it's only now that I think it's such a shame. Like, my little girl is 7, she's 7 now. So it's been, like I heard, I only got 7 years with him. Sorry. I got 16 amazing years with him, and you know, he got a year of my daughter's life with her, and I would love him to be here today and see her. She's literally the double of him, and unfortunately he only fought for a year and he passed away. But he went to an amazing hostel. They just amazing with him. He was so strong. Like, yeah, he was just, it's been 6 years now that he's been gone. And like I said, I just wanted to put this out there to help other people, share an experience. You're not alone, and if you've just started out and this has happened to you, or you know anyone, like, I would hope this would help you in some sort of way. I'd say, like, the reason it probably went, someone noticed with Josh, from what we gathered for such a long time, is the signs are not so obvious with a brain tumour, I would say. I always say, like, you know, breast cancer, I suppose you feel for a lump. You know, I suppose if something's wrong with girls, you know, unusual symptoms happen, and we know our bodies in the sense. But I think when it's your brain, it's a lot harder to know what's going on up there. Like, we don't know unless we go get that scan or whatever. So I just want to put out there, from my experiences of what I know, the main signs would be to look out for would be loss of consciousness, headaches. Headaches is a big factor. If you ever have really severe headaches, not ever saying that's what it is, but just go get it checked. Like with any other thing, like leading towards if it could be cancer, just go get yourself checked. You know, I never want to dwell on the fact of what if he didn't get dismissed all them times. Would it have helped? I don't know, but I think most people know with any cancer, the sooner it may be caught, the better your chances are. But like I said, we still got the extra time with him because of that surgeon. Like, he gave us that, do you know what I mean? So I'm learning to, like, live with it a bit better now. I think having children 100% helps. I don't know where I'd be without them too, especially Ellie, my little girl Ellie. You know, she's my firstborn. She was there when Josh was around and stuff, so. But yeah, just look out. I would want people to just come across this and be aware of the signs. It's like headaches, loss of consciousness, you can get blurred vision. You know, like I said, he was throwing up and stuff. But yeah, I remember his last birthday, it was like the best. We went all out and I decorated the house for him and things. And what I've got to say is he was the most fun, loving, best little brother. At times you'd think he was the older one, how he used to boss us around. He loved football so much. His memory was like no other. He remembered dates that you wouldn't even remembered, and his favourite team was Arsenal, and he loved to just be the cheeky chap and make everyone else around him laugh. So I'm just going to show you a picture of him. This was him. This was Josh, my little brother. hoping this really does help someone reach out, be relatable, all the above. And just to finish off, if you're going through something like this right now, in this perspective of someone you love is going through it, it does get better. And you know, it's not all dull and doom and gloom. It will get better. I never thought I'd be at the point I am today, and here I am. I'm gonna say bye now.